Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Evan, and I got a scary story for you today. I found this story on Reddit. It's called Let's Not Meet. So let's get started. This story is called My Experience with a Psychopath. This is going to be kind of long and drawn out, but it's only to make sense of my experience with a psycho. So, this happened back when I was a freshman in high school. I had this friend who lived next door to me and asked me to accompany him to Dairy Queen to buy a vape mod from some girl from his school. In this case, we'll call him Tyler. After school, I met up with Tyler at our apartment complex since school had just got out for him as well. We walked to Dairy Queen, which was about a mile and a half roughly up the street. Now, keep in mind, this was in the middle of winter, so it was very cold and rainy. The walk took about 30 minutes. We arrived at the Dairy Queen and waited an hour for this girl who never even showed up. She eventually texted Tyler after an hour of telling him she was getting ready and she was unable to get a ride, which was bullshit because apparently she lived right by Dairy Queen. We were annoyed and started to walk back home. We were talking about how we were going to hit the hot tub right when we got back. Now, for some understanding, there was a large Walmart you had to pass to get to Dairy Queen. Before you get to Walmart, there's another apartment complex we had to pass. A girl named Carly lived there and was dating our friend Dre. We stopped at her apartment because Tyler saw her outside taking out her trash and wanted to flirt with her, which is totally something that he would do. She was visibly upset and you could tell she's been crying. She told Tyler that Dre just dumped her. Now, for a bit of context, Dre was once friends with Tyler, but they had a falling out a few days prior to this story. We would all three hang out in the apartment complex Tyler and I lived at, and Dre was actually a longtime family friend of mine too. After a few minutes of Tyler and Carly chatting, we finally left. As we were heading home, we were about to pass the Walmart. There was a big bush on the sidewalk in front of the Walmart. As we were walking, we saw two dark figures emerge from behind the bush and look in our direction. Tyler had a lot of enemies, so he was paranoid that it was someone coming after him. I told him not to worry, as it could have been anyone. Probably just some random homeless people, as this area was full of random transients. He suggested we cut through the back alley behind Walmart because he was fully convinced it was someone trying to jump him. I'll admit I was a bit nervous. I wasn't sure what kind of enemies he had or what they wanted, and I was afraid they'd do something to me. Since I was with Tyler, which in hindsight was probably a bit selfish, but hey, I was a kid. We decided just to continue down the sidewalk we were on and take our chances, agreeing to book it if they tried anything. The closer we got to the sidewalk and the more sketchy the whole situation got because these people just kept peeking out at the bushes at us. Once we got to the bush, I was surprised to see Dre and a well-known thug, future murderer, named D, come out from behind the bush. Dre looked pissed, and D had a weird grin on his face that made me know they were up to no good. I also noticed that D was holding his cell phone at a weird angle like he was recording or something. That made me nervous as hell. Dre and D just walked up to us on the sidewalk with D still awkwardly smirking at us, and Dre asked where we were coming from. I didn't say anything as I didn't want to be involved with the beef Dre and Tyler had with each other. Tyler began to try to explain to Dre that we were coming back from Dairy Queen and that we ran into Dre's girlfriend, Carly, and that Carly was upset over their breakup. Dre didn't believe him and accused him of trying to hit on her. He said that they never even broke up. He was accusing Tyler of lying. Tyler attempted to get me involved by looking at me as if he expected me to confirm that Carly in fact said that they broke up. I froze up and I just shrugged my shoulders and tried not to make it clear that I wanted a part of anything. Dre didn't say anything for a few seconds and then an awkward silence. Tyler attempted to part ways and walk up the street after saying goodbye to Dre. All of a sudden, Dre shoved Tyler to the ground and sucker punched him in his face as he crawled back to his feet. D began hysterically laughing in a very menacing way, and I just stood there looking at Dre, waiting for him to come after me. You see, the night before this, I had gotten into it with Dre, and I called him a little bitch because he wouldn't forgive Tyler. I know that it was immature now. He walked right past me without doing anything to me, and he walked up the street in the opposite direction. Now, by this point, Tyler was hysteric and started running up the street, yelling at me, "Come on, or they'll get me next." And I was just trying to keep up with him. He yelled at me for not helping him. At the moment, Tyler's mom pulled up next to us, and we got into the car and she drove us home. He was crying at this point. I told his mom what happened. She said she kind of seemed dismissive of the whole thing and just said, "Stay away from Dre." I was just happy to be away from the situation, if I'm being honest. Tyler went straight to his house and didn't talk to me for a few days. I guess he was just mad about me not helping him. In my defense, everything happened so fast that I didn't really know what to do. Dre ended up texting me after I got home, just saying, "Hey," and I just ignored the message. The next encounter with D was a bit more alarming as he apparently did indeed want to get me next. Tyler and I were just hanging out at the apartments one day and he got a text from one of his friends saying that Dre and D were smoking weed at the supermarket right next door to the apartments. Apparently, Dre told D about how I was best friends with Tyler and I'd been talking shit, to which D responded by suggesting that they walk over to my apartment to beat my ass. Dre told him no because we were family friends, so that would be the end of that. I didn't see D again until high school when he was put into my algebra class. He walked into the classroom with that same creepy ass smile on his face. He always seemed to have that smile on his face. He sat down across from my desk. He turned to me during the quiz and asked me if I remember him, which I replied yes. This kid went on about how he enjoyed watching Dre do that to Tyler and how he actually had 2 knives in his pocket that day. He wanted to use them on Tyler, but Dre wouldn't let him. So fast forward to 2018, I was walking around Sears with my fiance trying to find baby clothes for our son who was due soon. I hadn't heard anything about D or Dre since high school, and I received a text from an old buddy from school telling me that D got arrested for allegedly shooting some girl in the back of the head. This happened at a party. Apparently she refused to sell him cocaine, so he shot her in a fit of rage. He fled the scene and was arrested soon after that. He was arrested on attempted murder charges since the girl survived, so she ended up making a full recovery. This wasn't even the first time D has shot someone. A year prior, he shot some kid in the leg. It was a drug deal gone wrong. And I'm not sure if Dre is still friends with D, but as far as I know, he's not involved in the things he used to be involved with. So to the psycho who plotted to jump me and shot 2 people, let's not meet again. So that was the story, guys. It was called My Experience with the Psychopath. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it creeped you out a little bit. I love creepy stories, everything like that. If you guys like this story, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let me know down in the comments if you guys want more scary stories. Let's get it. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.